the 49ers have a handful of free agents. And when I say a handful, I mean a lot. 21 unrestricted free agents. They have 3 restricted, which hopefully, they'll probably all be back. But are there a couple of free agents that the 49ers have that you think I definitely want to see? There's like Jimmy Ward would be one of mine, but I don't think he's coming back. Robbie Gould, I'm sure, is going to be one that people want back. Who are you wanting to see back?
Two of the guys that I really, really want back, I've already mentioned one, Daniel Brunskill, who's played all 5 positions for the 49ers. That's a guy I want back. And Tayshaun Gibson, the safety that you pulled off the street right before the season, you plug him in, was just unbelievable. The entire year, actually led the team in snaps defensively, and it didn't miss a game. It was just great. So those would be 2 just that I would love to get, because if you do get Tayshaun Gibson, the 49ers defense is going to be solid. You're not plugging in a new safety. Jimmy Ward's gone, and he's going to get paid, and he deserves it. But yeah, Tayshaun Gibson, Daniel Brunskill, those would be the big 2. If I could throw 3 in there, probably Jordan Willis, the defensive end, just as a rotational guy. Not that he's going to, whatever, light it up, but he's just so consistent and cheap that he's one of those DE rotational guys that I just think has been really good.
Yeah, Gibson, they picked up off the scrap heap, like you said, and he played more defensive snaps than anybody else on the defense. And that's really impressive. What do you think about the nickel corner position? If Ward is definitely out, and it sounds like he is, what do you think? Samuel Womack? Are they going to move Diamador Lenore inside? What's the thought? I asked Eric Davis. Eric Davis was doing a thing on Twitter where he was asking for questions, and I asked something about Lenore, I think, and he said, I think that he needs to be inside. So what do you think? What do you think we're looking at nickel?
I think Samuel Womack would probably be the guy in this current thing. And I mean, if Demo hasn't proved by now that he's an outside corner, I think he could play both. I think his natural fit is inside. But good gosh, dude gave up 1 touchdown, one touchdown all year. He was the best corner in the playoffs for any team. I mean, he shut down amazing wide receivers. CeeDee Lamb, right, against both the Eagles guys. Like, the dude just absolutely balled out. Like, Demo is incredible. I know people were really upset in the middle of the season. There were some rough where he was always in position, but just the catches were being made over him. But good gosh, like, that dude was just unbelievable down the stretch. So I've got no issues whatsoever with Demo outside. I love the comment by 49ers Faithful, sign E-Man and move Demo inside. Well, E-Man's probably not going to be ready until, week 7 or 8 around there. So no, I think Demo's great. I really, really do. His best position is probably nickel, but I do not mind him at all being the starting outside corner for the 2023 season.
Yeah, he was great, and I hope that they re-sign Emmanuel Moseley. But like you said, who knows when he's going to be ready? Jason Verrett, feel horrible for the guy, but I think it's time to move on. Javon Kinlaw, what do you think about him? He's not a free agent, but I am nearing the end of my rope with him.
I think his contract is going to be his saving grace, and here's what I mean by that: like, it's a rookie deal. You cut him, you're still paying him. So there's nothing really you can do with him. You got to go with him for another year. And he's going to be an extra piece. And you're kind of where he can go nowhere but up. He coming off the worst game of his entire career by far. And who knows, maybe he could save it's a contract year. I love the man, love who he is off the field, love his story, love what he's fought to overcome. It was just a terrible game. It was a terrible game. And I think people are forgetting that dude forced 3 4th down stops 3 games in a row. If you look at, I think it was the Raiders, the Cardinals, and the Seahawks game, the first one in the playoffs. Like, he's had some positive plays, but he got posterized several times in a row by Jason Kelce in his biggest stage of his career. But, do you pick up the 5th-year option? No way. There's no way you do that. But his 4th year, it's a rookie deal. Right. So you're bringing him back. You've seen what he can do. Can he stay healthy? Can he just be that plug in big down situations, heavy run situations. That's what you're hoping for. But yeah, you don't cut him or anything. There's no trade. Nobody's going to trade for that deal. You got him for one more year, and I hope he can prove himself so he can sign probably somewhere else. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I never expected him to replace DeForest Buckner, but I hoped that this year,
players.
Yeah, right. And DeForest Buckner is elite, and I hoped this year that he would at least provide some of the run stuffing and some interior pass rush that DJ Jones did. But man, the 49ers defense missed DJ Jones this year.
Yeah. Big time. And another main issue with the 49ers has been since Shanahan showed up, not that it's a Shanahan issue, is that they stack injuries at the same position.
Yeah.
You know, there was one year where we lost 5 centers before the season even started. This year, you had 4 quarterback injuries. This year, you had 5 defensive tackle injuries. Wow. You know, the previous years, you had 4 or more running back injuries. So whenever injuries happen in football, there's no doubt about it. But whenever you stack at one position all those injuries, that's where it gets weird. And it showed this year. It showed this year.
The 49ers Rush Podcast.